Hello, the Baumeister, and welcome back to more Digimon story. Cyber Sleuth, I forgot to put in my headphones. I was wondering why I was forgetting something. Alright, so last time we turned into Case. Knocking those legendary busters. It's always interesting how mysteries often lead and tie into one another. But I digress. Great work as always. Get ready for another case soon. Let's see if Kyoko's got anything. Haven't seen Pete in a while. I doubt he's left knocking on Broadway, but something's been troubling him. Alright, so now we're going to hopefully take care of stuff with Pete. Digimon is what appears to be the Celtic phrase. I don't exactly know what it means, but we'll just have to keep walking. So, okay, so Pete was in knocking on Broadway. Pete somewhere around here, right? Oh, Pete! Pete! Where are you, buddy? Where are you, my fine furry friend? Oh, here you are, Pete. What's up? Oh, it's you, huh? Do you know what I am? Because I don't. I don't feel anything at all. Not a thing. What happened? What? Pete disappeared in front of you? Just come back here for now. A new case just came in that's cause for concern. It could be related to what you just witnessed. Alright, so back to Kyoko. We shall go. Down the stairs, the do-si-do, turn around and to do. I don't even know. Case turned in, one case is added. Scrolling over. Ghost Cat Building, 4 stars. Ooh. Old Man Mizushima. I've been looking for so long. My Miko, my poor cat. Please find Miko. We get a memory up out of the deal. Yes, please. Did you come over here because I said cat? This case comes from Old Man Mizushima. You might remember him as the one behind those 4 urban legends that you recently investigated with the occult club members. Occult. It well and truly is a small world out there, even when it feels bigger than ever in some ways. Anyway, he's tasked us with tracking his cat. Frankly, during times like this, there's something to be said for a down-to-earth gig like this one. He said he would be waiting for you outside at K Cafe, although he didn't actually state when. It wouldn't hurt to go on ahead and check things out at the cafe, so go do that. Alright, so here we go, back up to the K Cafe. I forgot I actually have to press X to go through the door. Please don't play with my foot. There. Just lay down. There you go. What the? It feels like it stopped. I wonder if it was an earthquake? Welcome. Grab a drink, have a seat, and stay as long as you like. An earthquake? No, I didn't feel anything of the sort. So Old Man Mizushima's not in right now. Alright. You originally met him early in the morning, right? Might as well come back in around the same time to see if he shows up. The next day, early morning. Let's head for the K Cafe. Old Man Mizushima should hopefully be there at this hour. Just kind of looking and seeing some of the stuff that, I mean, a bunch of stuff that's open and a bunch of stuff that's not. Hi, you. Hi. I scratch your head. Yeah, I scratch your chin too. Just looking at some of the stuff here. Probably go ahead and take on the offline Coliseum if I wanted to. What are you looking at me for? What did I do? There he is. Oh, it's you. I've been waiting, you know. I'm sorry. You stopped by yesterday afternoon but couldn't find me. Must have just had bad timing, kid. I've been waiting here forever for you. What's done is done. Let's just let bygones be bygones and start searching now. My Miko, you see. He's inside this wall here. Another earthquake. Are you at K Cafe right now? I'm picking up readings of a really strong digital wave vibrations from the 4th floor. It's a really huge current coursing through there. My money's on that old time capsule being the cause of them. What's that, an earthquake? No, I can confirm that it's definitely not. There's no movement here on the 1st floor. You're just sensing the intense digital... It's... I don't want to know. It's better not knowing. Things are fine just as they are now. It's better if they don't change. Please, stop. Don't wake me up from this. It's Miko. No, I'm Pete. Whatever you are, Miko, just come back to me. No, I can't. That's too much to ask of me. I'm not. Yin, please, leave me alone. Let things stay just the way they are. I'm sorry, Miko. I'm sorry. Ah, did I finally get through to you again? The vibrations have stopped for now, but the digital waves are still as intense as ever. There's something big brewing in there. As I suspected earlier, they're coming from that old vacuum tube computer inside the wall. The digital waves are just gushing out of there from the old internet lines that the computer is hooked up to. So much so, in fact, that they're forming a cybernetic ley line, a digital line of sorts. Hi. You want in my lap? Here, there you go. If this thing persists, it's only a matter of time before its effects are felt in the real world. Yin, I need you to go inside the vacuum tube computer and do what you can to stop it. I'm counting on you. Hi. Alright, he's sorry. Let's connect jump and see. There we go. Please, let me be. Don't wake me from this dream. What's going on with Pete? Only one way to find out. And that's diving into the digital network. I don't know if we've been in this one. Nope, we haven't been in this one because there's an item. Got an HP spray. I'll take it. Oh, no item there. Let's just keep on a trucking. Right, darling? Oh, we got new enemies to us. Monzemon! What? What? Any Alphos? I don't. That's okay, we'll change you to... We'll bring out Melodon. He hasn't been used in a while. And Meteor Fall 2. Wah! Gets rid of the one Monzemon, and now... I know it's not gonna do much damage, but I'd rather have him in. Get them all hit, or get them all taken care of and whatnot. There we go, down go the Monzemon. And now come the experience points, level 52 for War Greymon, level 66 for Aero Vidramon. It's gonna be level 99 before I can get him to level up to be, before I can finish that case for, to get Rina Shinamine, or Shinamines, if I can say it right, that'd be great. Old Force Vidramon, I had to remember what his name was. And if all else fails, I can always come back in here to train as I need to. Snag got Wind Guard DX. They're definitely going to be a little bit longer than I expected them to be, which is fine. Gotta get these things done after all. After all. Just a dead end? I don't even know. Alright, so let's just continue trucking forward here. Until I figure out which way I actually need to go to get out of here. This place is huge. Oh, there's the exit. I mean, we can always come back in this area later after all. Where does this put us inside the vacuum tube? Why do you have to know who I really am? No response. Let's find Pete. Alright, let's go. We got a bunch of places to go. I guess we'll take this first one and see where it takes us. And that's a level up from middle. I'm on level 47. Alright, so let's roll. Definitely got an item box and a bunch of these things. We got a chakra straight chip B. We also got a bunch of these little glowing things. Could these be Pete? We don't know. And a level up for Digimon, level 42. Sweet. I'm gonna scan complete for Digimon. And I'm starting to see the clouds ascend down the mountain. I'm looking out my window. I've got a nice view of Sundance Mountain here. At the time of this recording, it's snowing. Well, it will snow. Nakano Broadway construction, part 1. Construction plans for Nakano Broadway, hereby abbreviated as NB, were announced in 1959, ultimately taking 7 years to complete. The reason for the lengthy duration was due to a major issue that routinely manifested throughout the process. During land leveling, underground water leaked, resulting in an immediate halt to any and all work within the area. A large lake formed, and the site was left alone for a long time. Mysteriously, large fish appeared en masse, attracting fishermen. Records also indicate people bathed there in large numbers, and a child at one point drowned in the lake. Today, something terrible happened. A strange Digimon appeared in the middle of my bed. It was so cold in there. Even when I tried calling out for help, nobody came for me. But these two detectives eventually showed up. Kyoko and Yin. Yin asked me who I was, but I said I didn't know. So Kyoko gave me a name. She decided to call me Pete because I'm some sort of time capsule. Yep, Pete, that's my name. It made me so happy to have one. Names really are special things to have. Get the keyword, Pete. No level up, but I did get a trophy. Battle Master. I think that was 300 battles. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go and put on the high security. Don't necessarily need to train too much. Just because we're already here. I mean, the ones I'm working on right now don't have a mega that they can evolve to yet, because there's not a mega to do so. We'll leave that level for now. Go back to this far side here. I'm gonna look. Nakano Broadway construction part 2. No blueprints exist for NB. 1961 saw the Japanese government commence its income doubling plan in order to re-energize the post-war economy. In tandem with unemployment policies, public works projects flooded the country, with major construction companies allotted huge budgets. Around 1962, one such project, the main route for the Shuto Expressway, was completed ahead of schedule. It was at that point that attention turned back towards NB. Idle laborers and resources were funneled into the area from central Tokyo, at which point work on the building commenced in earnest. It's likely that there wasn't time to even think of preparing proper blueprints for NB at that stage. Yoshito really likes this girl named Fumi Yuki. He always sits me on his lap and tells me all about her. Everything is perfect about her, he says. Her singing, her dancing, her looks, everything. He says she's one in a million among idols. I can't do anything of those things. I can't sing and I can't dance. What I can do is curl up and fall asleep on Yoshito's lap. I love doing that. I also just love hearing Yoshito talk to me so happily. And I have a lot to think on, as it were. Nakano Railway Construction Part 3. With no blueprints to draw upon, concrete was poured and rebar was erected, tailored to the land around the site. When construction was concluded 4 years later, the final building had 3 underground floors as well as 10 floors above ground. East Asia's greatest commercial building was therefore constructed a little more than sheer willpower. However, this came at the cost of some aspects of NB's integrity. The escalator, for example, only connects the first 3 floors. Most of the underground floors have also gone unused in the ensuing years. Such quirks are a direct result of the circumstances surrounding the building's inception. Yoshito told me that he and his son have been to a World's Fair once. He said that the line to see the moon rocks was really long, so long that it made them tired, but he said his son still had a good time. People also called Yoshito Chief Mizushima. His full name is Yoshito Mizushima. Yoshito is a big important man in the computer room, so he doesn't get to go out with his son much. He's glad they got to see the World's Fair. I wish I could have seen the World's Fair with Yoshito too, but he and I are always together in the computer room. So that's okay, I'm content. We got the keyword, Yoshito Mizushima. In level 4. Whoa, crack. Opens that up and gives me an SP restraint chip. Alright, so let's see where this takes me. Takes me up. Oh, it takes me down here. Okay. Aha! J'ai plastic guns. This one's gonna be a long episode. Okay. Let's get gate 3 and part 4. In most cases, large commercial buildings are run by their owners, who control everything from PR to tenants and internal bylaws. BW was an exception to this rule. From the very start, shop and residential spaces alike were sold piecemeal. BW. People who bought their real estate inside the building were then free to utilize however they pleased. Because of this, soon after NB opened, shop owners and residents started remodeling work on their respective stores and apartments. In the end, this meant that formal blueprints for NB, sorry, like a hair or something in my tongue, weren't drafted until 8 years after the building was originally completed. Even in those early days, the building's layout had already become too unwieldy for anyone to fully grasp at that stage. Yoshito always has me sitting on his lap, pinning my head all nice and gently. I love Yoshito. Yoshito always calls me Miko. Miko is a girl's name. Well, Yoshito gave it to me, so I love it. I got the keyword in Miko. So Pete, or Miko, is Yoshito's Digimon. How did he meet Pete? Or you're gonna call him Pete. Pete, use that way, because we know him by Pete. How did he meet Pete? All that other fun stuff. I really don't know. And I don't even remember this pair of missions, to be honest with you. Again, it's been a really long time since I played some of these, so I don't even remember. Alright, so we're back here. We went through that way. I think there's only really one more way to go. Do we have enough information? I don't know. We'll find out in a minute. Part 5. The basement of Broadway once housed a vacuum tube computer within its walls. It had been brought into the building after the end of World War II by war criminals who invaded arrest, shielded from the prying eyes of MacArthur's GHQ. The vacuum tube's computer purpose in those days remains a mystery. It's possible it could have been utilized for things such as mathematical computations or code breaking, but such speculation is unconfirmed. As time went on, there was eventually nobody left to carry on the original purpose set forth for the terminal. At that point, the computer was apparently buried inside a wall somewhere. It's dark in here. All dark, I can't see a thing. I'm okay being in the dark. I'm not scared of it or anything, but it's never been this dark before. Yoshito's not here. I don't even smell him. I can't go back outside. Yoshito, where are you? Yoshito! Yoshito! Please sit me on your lap and pet my head again. Yoshito! Yoshito! Now you know. Now you know who I really am. I'm... Pete. And so it's begun, though I have to say this is a bit more than what I bargained for. If this keeps up, the building's gonna collapse for sure. Who am I? Somebody, anybody, tell me. Alright, Pete. Oh, there you are. Please, who am I? Miko. Yeah, that's right. My name is Miko. Yoshito is my friend. Pete is your friend. Yoshito's calling out for me. He's been looking for me this whole time. He found me. Yoshito. Rumble, 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 rumble. Rumble, stop. Oh, looks like the tremors have stopped just in the nick of time, too. That's my assistant for you. You've done well. I don't have to worry about any broken coffee cups. Miko, it's really you! Yoshito, I'm so sorry. You've been waiting for me for so long. I'm the one who should be apologizing here, Miko. I'm the one who left you alone this whole time. I'm so sorry, my friend. No, it's okay, really. You don't have to be sorry. I know you've been waiting for me since the day you had to go. Oh, Miko. Thank you. If it wasn't for you, I'd have never lived to see Miko with my own eyes again. I should probably explain. You see, back when the vacuum tube computer room was still around, I lived here in this building, away from my family. That computer room was where I used to work. The only family I ever had with me that whole time was Miko here. I talked with Miko about everything there. My memories of my family, Fumi Yuki, anything to help keep my loneliness at bay here, or in there. He would join me in that computer room, and we spent many, many hours together over the years. Eventually, they closed down the room and sealed the whole thing off with a thick wall like it was never there to begin with. It was around that time that I lost Miko, too. I couldn't find him wherever I looked. I had a bad feeling about where he might have ended up and came back here who knows how many times to rescue him. But in the end, I couldn't do anything for him. I gave up and over time, nearly forgot about him. Before I knew it, it had been decades since we'd last been together. I can't thank you enough for making this happen. We couldn't have been reunited without you, kid. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now we can go back to living together again. Thank you. I'll never, ever forget this day. Aww. I see. Nice work. I can only imagine how hard it was, but you really did a good job. So our Pete was actually a cat named Miko, sealed deep inside a wall along with that old vacuum tube computer from the American occupation days. And somehow, using the building's intranet, or rather the power of its ley line, he merged with the computer and became a Digimon. That old cat's had a hell of a life, wouldn't you agree, Yin? We can't say for sure what the actual assimilation process entailed, but at this point, we know better than doubt it happened. It's amazing just how much and yet how little the digital and real worlds are siphoned off from one another. I imagine the reason Pete showed up again after all these years is because of the digital wave abnormalities we've seen. But you know, there's still one thing about the whole story that bugs me a little. You mentioned that towards the end, old man Mizushima and said, now we can go back to living together again, right? Well, what do you think he meant by that? Not only that, but in the case you solved earlier where he was the one behind the urban legends, how did he keep breaking into the building? Let's assume for the sake of argument that he had somehow access to an entrance to let him come and go at the timing he did. If he'd physically been getting into the building so much that way that he was being reported, you'd think something would have gone differently. Got any theories you'd like to propose? Yoshito Mizushima. If you looked into his backstory, we might be able to find our answers pretty easily. What do you think? Should we dig a little more? Please, leave us be. Don't go looking for us. Ah, that's understandable. Then it's probably best we do indeed let sleeping dogs lie. Alternatively, we could let the occult club kids know about this. I bet they'd have a real field day going after it. I mean, they came face to face with the real... You know what? Nah, let's keep it to ourselves. Not all mysteries in this world need to be solved. Nakano Broadways brings many things together. The spirit world and the world of the living, the normal and the surreal, and now the physical and the digital. Truly, nothing is impossible in this crazy hole in the wall we call home. Investigation of Ghost Cat Building complete. And that's the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching. Next time, we'll turn in the case and go from there. And until then, I am the Bowmeister, and as always, I've been obediently yours.